What do I like most about our campus? Look around. It's an amazing space. I really like that this is a campus for us. One study, which is our masters, together with some PDNs and a few businesses, all squished together in one gorgeous campus. And there's always space. It kind of feels like your own home, and it's very always gezellig. The people that work here, the vibe that's around, people are doing things, there's energy, and just in general, I just utterly adore my time here. I have a background in artificial intelligence. I studied that at the Radboud University in Nijmegen. And I also have a pre-bachelor in JADS. I am very interested in the crossroads of arts and science. And I like having a very broad approach to things, which is also something that I really enjoy here, because in my current thesis, I am looking at how a data-driven approach can stimulate creativity. Intrinsically, when I was looking for a data science masters, I saw that many were mostly just academically focused on research, whilst I myself just wanted to gain all the knowledge necessary for me to get value out of data. Not be able to only build the models, but also make sure that in the end you actually get the value that you need for your models, and that you can make something amazing with the models that actually works in the end. I think one of the most unique aspects of JADS is that if you want to do something, there's always room to do something. If you just take some initiative, there are so many opportunities to take advantage of, from being able to start your own business, start an own freelance, help a professor, become a professor assistant, go more the academic route. If you finish your studies here quite early and you don't really want to do a PhD, but you want to do some more academic development, you can also do a PDANG or PDN. There's so many opportunities here, and I think that's what makes JADS unique. Some of the nice cases I've had at JADS, first of all, is that we did a project for ASML, which is pretty cool because it's one of the big, or literally the biggest company I think in the Netherlands almost, if you look at export. Which is really interesting to see how such a big company is run, and the project we did for them was really fun. It had to do with natural language processing. And I also find it fun to look at that contrasted with how I'm currently doing a project for the municipality of Den Bosch. And the differences in approach, and also how motivated people in every area is for the potential of data science, and how it can improve both their work and the quality of work they deliver. So what I want to do after these studies is, on the one hand, I want to further myself professionally by being more of a data professional, so combining my insights and expertise on data science and helping businesses with their transition to a data-driven economy or data-driven business practices. I think that's incredibly interesting, especially the more small to medium enterprises, so SMEs. I find incredibly interesting to work with because it's very diverse, you get to meet new people, and you generally have very short ties, so there's a lot of things that can happen in a very short amount of time, and I think that's really interesting. And aside from that, I'm also intrigued into building out my own freelance business I currently have, which will be more on the topic of creativity, arts and science, combining those, and proliferating myself on both fronts, so more the data professional route and the more data-driven creativity route. I think you should choose JADS to study if what you seek is truly a combination of business and data science. So you still want to get the knowledge on how to build the models, how to do the statistics, how to make sure that you're actually building good models, but on the other hand, also make sure that once you've built those models, that you know how to make sure to get value out of them. Does it actually does it actually work the way your stakeholders actually need it to work? And how do you connect those 2 points between data science and the business world? And whether you want to start your own business, or might want to start your own business, or maybe even you just want to make yourself as valuable as possible for a business, I think if that's more or less the way you're thinking, then JADS could be a very good place for you. Looking at the education at JADS, one thing that I really enjoy is that if you look at the papers that we're reading in order for exams or for assignments, they're all recently published papers, which is very important in the field of data science because the field is moving incredibly fast. So even if you look at, for example, our course in data mining, we also use literature about the most relevant and up-to-date models, whether it's, for example, shortly talking about GPT-3 currently on natural language processing. We do use the most up-to-date theory in our courses, and I think that's really important, especially in data science, because everything just moves so fast. We have our own study association, Pattern, that has their own room, and we have our own switch and couches and a toasty machine, toaster. There's lots of places where we can gather and do group projects or meet up. We had weekly drinks where people just joined and chatted and chilled, and because this is really just kind of our building. The bar recently finished, sadly we haven't been able to use it yet. There's lots of places where we can, as students, come together and have a really good time. Data Entrepreneurship in Action is an interesting course because it gets you ready for real life data science applications and possibly starting your own business. I know currently from my year, for example, that in DEA 3, so the third part of Data Entrepreneurship in Action, that because you're already talking with actual business coaches and you're doing an actual pitch for actual investors, some people have actually already started their own business even though they haven't graduated yet, which is really cool. It's called Peppermint, and their business idea is super cool. And basically these students, just fellow students of mine, they just came together, they made an idea of a business and they found this so cool, even though at the start they weren't going into the course going, oh, I'm going to start a business. In the end, they found it so amazing and saw so much value in it, and investors too saw a lot of value in it, that now they're actually starting up their own business purely because they did a course in a master's. And I think that's a very unique thing to have in a master's.